जय 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 हो राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा कुंज बिहारी
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
यशोरञ्जन
यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, अभय शरणागत भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय। सर्वे गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री हनुमान जयंती महोत्सव की जय। जय गौर प्रेमानंदे। All the wishes of the Lord, all the wishes of the Lord, all the wishes of the Lord, all the wishes, all the wishes, all the wishes of Shri Guru and Shri Radha. Om Ajnanatirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurumritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Dharamaya Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Radha Shri Guru Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajata Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radhakanta Namostute Tapta Kachana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanusude Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Seek blessings of all devotees. So we can discuss something about Hanumanji today. Today being the appearance of Hanuman. So just a small prayer to Hanumanji. Manojavam Maruthatulya Vegam Jitendriyam Buddhimatam Varishtam Vatatmajam Vanarayuta Shri Ramadutam Sharanam Prapatye Shri Ramadutam Sharanam Prapatye Shri Ramadutam Sharanam Prapatye. Hare Krishna. In the Valmiki Ramayana, Hanuman, Valmiki keeps an entire skanda on Khanda on the glories of Lord Hanuman, which is known as Sundara Khanda. And we are very fortunate to know about Hanumanji. especially by the blessings of Srila Prabhupada, we are able to know more deeper about the mood in which Lord Hanuman is serving. And Valmiki Ramayana also beautifully portrays not just the heroic activities of Hanuman, which the whole world knows. People keep Hanumanji's picture. There may be more Hanuman temples in India than even Ram temples or Krishna temples. And any gym you go, you will see Hanumanji's picture. There will be a wrestling champion's picture and there will be Hanumanji's picture. Although Hanumanji never did all those workouts, or neither was his motive to attract someone through his shapely body. But Hanumanji's approach for different people. And even in West, sometimes in Hinduism is ridiculed that you people worship elephant god, monkey god. But those who come to know about Hanumanji, and they really, the President of United States, previous President Obama, Barack Obama, he used to keep Hanumanji's vigraha always with them. And now there is a Hollywood movie on Hanumanji that is being made, Monkey Man. Somebody got inspired and with masala, not original story, but I don't know, but it is based on Hanuman or inspired by Hanuman. So the appearance of Hanuman is said to be that once Lord Shiva and Parvati, they took the form of monkeys in Kailash, and I don't know why they took the form of monkeys, but the story goes that they took the form of monkeys, and when they united, then Parvati was very worried that because we united in the form of monkey, the child that I will have will be a monkey. Already I have an elephant as a son. If I get monkey as a son, people may. So she was a little worried. Of course, it was Lord's plan. And then Lord Shiva summons Vayudev to take this very powerful offspring of his to a qualified person. And then Vayudev carries that incarnation or Shakti of Shiva and Parvati to Anjana Devi, who was in Hampi at that time. I'm sure many of you have gone to Hampi. So the Anjana Devi was there, and she got impregnated with Anjani, with Hanumanji. And the moment Hanumanji was born, he was a very special child, very powerful, very effulgent. And then the most famous story about Lord Hanuman's childhood is his attempt to capture the sun. He was hungry and he saw sun as a ripe mango, and then he jumps towards the sun to capture, to eat the mango. And it is said at the same time, Rahu, it was Rahu's time to also capture Surya Devi. So from one side, Rahu was coming to capture Suryadev. From another side, Hanuman, the small little boy, Anjaneya, was coming to capture Surya. And Surya Dev was fearful, he approached different devatas, and finally Indra, he throws on Hanumanji this thunderbolt, which strikes his chin and he falls unconscious. But it is said that knowing that race where Rahu and Anjaneya were going to sun, Rahu was defeated. Rahu came second, Hanumanji reached first, Suryadev captured. And to seek the blessings of Hanumanji so that he could do his duty, his regular offering of going and capturing. It is said that Rahu, they prayed to Hanuman that I will offer you something that which is my favorite. It said that Rahu's favorite is Urata. And so in South India, they offer Hanumanji vadas made of Urata. And in North India, they offer jangir. Jangir is a kind of jalebi that is made with Urata. There are two types of jalebis that are made. So in North, you will see jalebis around Hanumanji, jangirs around Hanumanji. In South, you will see vadamala. And then he gave a boon that anyone who offers 108 vadamala to Hanumanji, I will not touch him. The Rahu dosha will be removed. I will not cast my glance on him. So many people, they offer Hanumanji. But because today is Hanuman Jayanti and my family, we are kind of moving to help Bombay. We stayed here for around 2 years, almost 2 years, and lot of nourishment, devotees, help we got. But because they need someone physically be close, so we thought of moving. So tomorrow we are going. Of course, the house is there, we will be coming once in a while. So we wanted to seek the blessings of all devotees and also seek blessings of Jagannath Baladev Subhadra, Lord Nrsimhadev, Sita Rama Lakshmana. So we offered Vadamala to our Sita Rama Lakshmana today. Hopefully we will get Rama Prasad if Hanumanji is merciful, else he may have a full. So one of the in Sundarakanda, the glorious search for Sita is amazing. How the Vanaras really come together and how Hanumanji plays a very pivotal role in keeping up the enthusiasm of the devotees. Because many times devotees in our search for bhakti, search for Sita, devotion, we get disappointed, we get distracted, we get tempted. So in the search for Sita Devi also in Sundarakanda, it happened that the monkeys, they got distracted, and Hanumanji, being a brahmachari, it's said that he had a doubt that why is Lord Ram, who is Purna Purushottam, the Supreme Lord, so much affected by Sita, missing of Sita Devi. Yes, he should go and find out, but he was in so much sorrow and crying that Hanumanji was very curious, because as a brahmachari, he could not understand the affection that apparently a husband is having for his wife. And then it is said, after Hanumanji sees Sita Devi and her devotion, then he glorifies Lord Ram. Then he glorifies that if Lord Ram is able to sustain his life even after not having Sita Devi. A very nice phrase is used in the Bhagavatam when this story comes. That Lord Ram is weeping for Sita Devi, who is his the word that is used is Dura Suhrit, not as wife, but a long distant well-wishing friend. Lord Ram was weeping for Sita, who was his well-wishing friend, but who was now separated long distance. So even when in the Aranyakanda, when Sita Devi meets Aarti and Anasuya Devi gives some instructions to Sita Devi how to conduct, how to be in the Grihastha life. Very nice section. And one of the things that Anasuya tells to Sita Devi is that the husband and wife are, first of all, friends. You will be surprised that in Ramayana, which we hear today in motivation speeches or in relationship counseling, but in Ramayana, I say that Aarti and Anasuya were the first counselors. And directly Sita and Ram, they set this example that when somebody is experienced more than experienced in the field, then it should take guidance and counseling from them. And she also warns that you are alone, you may be tempted by something that is more attractive than Ram. At that time she was confident. How can anything be more attractive than Ram? But then when deer comes, the word that is used in Ramayana is, it became Abhiram. A little bit more than Ram. And Ram Navami festival when I had come, I was quite curious to see that the only animal that is with Sita, Ram, Lakshmana, Hanuman is a deer. Maybe purposefully put, but I was having mixed emotions seeing that deer. Still there? Very nice, cute deer that is looking towards Ram and Sita. And so Hanumanji, he will come to this section where they are at the ocean. And when they are at the ocean, all these Vanaras, they are very disappointed because they can move only in land, and their land of opportunity to search Sita Devi was over. So they were very morose, and some started to chastise Angada, who was the commander for this particular section. Angada, that before this they were in a cave that had bountiful of food, because literally they were not able to get food for a long time. And then in this Swayamprabha's cave they find nice juices and fruits, and they had to leave all that in search of Sita Devi. And now that Sita is not found even till the ocean, Some of them were saying that what's the use of starving like this? Where will we go? I don't think we will survive the journey back to Kishkindar. So better we would have stayed in that cave to Griva. Will not find out in that cave, but it was in Maya's cave. And all these kinds of discussions were happening. And that time, Hanumanji was the one who inspires. It is said that Angada became so morose that he sat there on the ocean to end his life. What is it called? Prayopavishta. He wanted to fast till death. So some were so dejected that they just wanted to go back to material life. Somebody just enjoying. Angada wanted to end his life. But Hanumanji inspires everyone. And it is said that Hanumanji was specially chosen. Dadao tasmai tata prita swanamaka namaka upashobhita. Lord Ram specially gives this ring to Hanumanji. And Acharyas say that the carrying of the ring is that service that he had a very specific goal in his mind that I need to give this to Sita to keep her hopes alive, and also not just the ring, but also constantly Lord Hanumanji was chanting the names of Lord Ram. He was continuously reciting the names of Lord Ram, and therefore this two things, sadhana and seva. Sadhana of regularly chanting Lord Krishna's names, Lord Ram's names, and having a specific service in bhakti keeps us motivated. Sometimes it happens that devotees are doing sadhana, but there is no specific service, so then also their enthusiasm goes down. Sometimes they are handling service, but their sadhana is not that proper. Then also you see that devotees can get troubled. And one who has inspired all of them, when it comes to this option that when somebody comes and tells that beyond the ocean, Sita is there in Lanka. And that time everybody was being gauged, who can do it. And that whole section comes, who can do how much, some can go there but can't come back. Hanumanji was not replying. And then Jambavan, he reminds Hanumanji of his great strength, of how he was, in his childhood only, he jumped to Surya Loka. So what to speak of Sri Lanka? He can easily do it. And once he was reminded of his capability, still he didn't think that it was him who is doing it. There is a nice prayer that comes. It says that let Lord Ram empower me to cross this ocean like one of his arrows. And I am just an arrow of Lord Ram who is attempting this. And it was a jump. It was not a flight. It was a jump from one side, from the Mahendra Parvat to the Sri Lanka. And in that journey, which I wanted to just focus, we see that how Hanumanji faces different demons, temptations that come. And the first obstacle that comes to Hanumanji is the Mainak Parvat, is the golden peak of Mainak. And it is said that while they seeing his son taking so much effort to jump, he tells the Devatas and Mainak Parvat, that wanted to go up and give some, relief, some kind of comfort to Hanumanji's journey, travel. And the Mainak Parvat immediately comes up. It's a very attractive destination, place filled with gold, and obviously it must be nice eatables to be that were kept there. And Mainak Parvat invites, it was not just it was there, but it speaks to Hanumanji. Hanumanji, you are taking this very long, arduous journey, and it will be tiring. So why don't you, rest on me for a while, and then you can go further. And Hanumanji being fixed on the goal and seeing that how much desperate is Lord Ram, who finds Sita, literally his life was at the edge. Although he Supreme Lord, the separation of Sita Devi, it appeared that he could leave back any time. And Acharya has explained that this is one of the obstacles that come, that in the path of Krishna consciousness, sometimes devotees find a cozy corner, a comfortable situation, and then that complacency comes. And in that complacency, that we tend to neglect the mission, the purpose for which we have come to Bhakti. Hridyanand Maharaj, he says this, that when we start Bhakti, many times or sometimes we are truly inspired for achieving Krishna. That we want to achieve Krishna, we want to become Krishna conscious. And there is great spiritual hunger when we start the journey. But after we start the journey, we are in Bhakti for a while, we get some social recognition. Devotees start to respect us, they start to garland us, hear our advice, and we tend to think that I have reached the peak, or I am at a stage where I am able to guide devotees, I am able to have help devotees, so I must be a senior person. And the journey, their own personal hankering for Krishna consciousness, their own desire to chant sincerely, humbly, in a mood of desperation, starts to go down. So he puts it nicely that our spiritual hunger is replaced by our social satisfaction, or we replace spiritual satisfaction, we mistake spiritual satisfaction with social satisfaction. And it's natural, we all need some kind of appreciation, some kind of acknowledgement. And we start to get that, we start to think, and we may tend to go a little loose in our bhakti, or we tend to think this is more important than chanting my rounds sincerely, or being desperate, being eager, anxious for chanting, for practicing bhakti. Or there may be this tendency to postpone. That today I am very busy in preaching, in service. My sadhana, I'll just do it for namesake. Tomorrow I'll chant nicely. Tomorrow I'll be more eager and anxious. So this kind of complacency, Hanumanji overcame. Hanumanji didn't disrespect Mainak Parvat, because sometimes we also tend to become fanatics. But what did Hanumanji do? Hanumanji took the Aditya of Mainaka by just touching Mainak Parvat, just touch and go. And some say that he took that as a second jump to make it further. Just on the journey, if you take one more step on it, and then your speed increases. So that situation that came, instead of slowing down Hanumanji, it increased the speed. So when facilities come in the path of bhakti, those facilities are for us to increase our service to Krishna, not reduce, not increase. Say some devotee, maybe in a year, now summer is there, so air conditioning may be a requirement for sleeping nicely. But because of the air conditioning, if devotees don't wake up before the Mangal Aarti, then that air conditioning becomes the Mainak Parvat. Or it may be prasad. No? You take prasad so you can serve more. But sometimes you take so much prasad that you need to sleep for 1 or 2 hours. Then that prasad becomes a Mainak Parvat. So we take inspiration from Hanumanji that he used that as a stepping stone, as a fastening, or just touch and go, just do the needful and not disrespect Mainaka, but also at the same time not forget the mission. Why have I come? I have not come here to become a preacher. I have not come here to become a pujari. I have not come here to become a shastri. I have not come here to become this and that. All these are tools by which we increase our consciousness of the Lord, Krishna consciousness. Smartavya Sadatam Vishnu, Vismartavya Majana. And if so therefore, Rupa Goswami gives us this balancing principle of Yukta Vairagya. Prapanchikata Vidya Hari Sambandhi Vastuna Mumukshivir Parityago Falgu Vairagya Kimpatati. If something can be used in Krishna's service and to reject it, saying it is mundane material, is superficial renunciation. At the same time, Anasakta Vishya Hari Sambandhi Vastuna. Now, Yukta Vairagya, what is the sloka of Yukta Vairagya? I forget. This is Prapanchikata Vidya Hari Sambandhi Vastuna, Mumukshvi Parityago Falgu Vairagya. The other verse is Anasakta Vishya Yataham Upayunjati. Anasakta Vishya Yataham Upayunjati. Nirbandha Krishna Sambandhe Yuktam Vairagya Bhushati. These are very important verses. So without being attached to that facility, only for pleasing Krishna, serving Krishna, when we use things in Krishna consciousness, then it is Yukta Vairagya. So Hanumanji displayed Yukta Vairagya. Hanumanji showed us how we should not be complacent. And then when he goes further, then he faces another demon. Previously it was a devotee who wanted to offer some service. Now he faces a demon who was blessed by Brahmaji, called as Surasa. And Surasa had a boon that anyone that is crossing her cannot cross without entering her mouth. And basically when you enter her mouth, she eats you. So she told this Brahmaji's boon Pravistosmi hite vatram dakshayani namostute. And then prayed to Dakshayani Devi, the Dakshina Devi, and he started to grow in size. Remember Lord Ram? And Hanumanji started to grow in size. When we eat a burger, we should remember Surasa. Burgers are like this big, sometimes jumbo burgers are this big. We cannot open our mouth. But Surasa was opening her mouth, and Hanumanji was also increasing in size. She was growing in her mouth, Hanumanji was growing even further. And so he went till the heavenly planets, till the Brahmaloka, he grew. And Surasa also was growing. And as she grew so much in size, immediately Hanumanji became the size of an ant, a fly. It flew inside. Surasa went inside to the whole Pradakshina, it went till the stomach, and then he came out. And Surasa, by the time she closed this huge mouth, Hanumanji was out. And then Acharyas tell us this is another obstacle that comes in the path of bhakti, that of competition, competitive mindset. This devotees program has 50 people. My program has only 20 people. Or he has distributed, 100 books. And competition is helpful, but that is not it also goes to other, and we said in Vrindavan, and this book distribution was a big drive, fundraising and all that. Sometimes one bus party used to puncture the other bus so that they could go faster to the college and distribute, get more number of books scored. So it may not be so gross, but at times, these things, the devotees excel in different services, and we tend to start to make that as a product. I also want to be like that, be like this. Shamanand put us that first 5 years of bhakti, we are trying to see whom should I imitate. Kaun hai mera, to whom I want to imitate. Next 5 years goes in trying to imitate. So I want to be like him. After 10 years, you understand you cannot imitate. Either you go into moroseness, or you understand, let me be who I am and try to serve in my own way. So, competition is what Surasa represents. Hanumanji did for a while just so that he is not trapped, but at the right moment he withdrew because he had this mission to go forward. And then, as he was going ahead, this time he didn't see any, apparently demon, but he was not able to move ahead. And then he saw that there was someone who was catching his shadow. This demon's name was Simhika. And Simhika is said to be the daughter of Hiranyakashipu. And of course Prahlad's sister. And she had a moon that she could catch someone by their shadow. Sometimes children do this. If the parents are going ahead and they don't want to come, they kind of stomp on their parents' shadow. They try to catch them by putting feet on their parents' shadow. Stomp. Unconsciously they do. Sometimes children do with flights. They try to put their feet on the shadow of the flight. So Simhika had this boon that by catching shadow, Hanumanji was not able to go ahead. And this is said to be criticism of devotees. Every devotee has some shadow, some dark side. As in English they say, everyone has skeletons in their closet, their dark side, their ugly side, uh, and devotees sometimes in superiority mindset we tend to find faults with devotees. We try to catch their shadow and try to drag them. And this hampers our service. And Simika was doing this with Hanumanji. She was catching Hanumanji's shadow and not letting him go. And of course, Hanumanji used his club. I don't know if he killed or defeated Simika. And then he moved ahead. And when he reached Lanka, then guarding Lanka was Lankini. And Lankini was not allowing Hanumanji to go inside. And then Hanumanji said, he gives her a punch. And some of her teeth come out. And she comes to her senses, she remembers the mood that Brahmaji gave, that one day when a monkey will come and punch you, that will be the beginning of the end of this place, of Ravana's place. And Lankini said she represents clouded ego or possessiveness, that this is my area. यहाँ पे कोई आने का नहीं. We don't let even our superiors, seniors to sometimes intervene. You have given me this, don't interfere. And we don't let others or devotees come in. And this Hanumanji had to punch to tell her that everything is Lord Ram's, and if Sita is there, then I need to find. And during this episode, Valmiki speaks this verse about 4 qualities that are needed, that Hanumanji, 4 qualities that Hanumanji displayed, by which he could get success in his service. Yasma tvetani chatvari vanarendra yatatava drishtir dhritir drishtir matir dakshyam sa karmasu nasidati. He says, O best among wanderers, whoever has the 4 qualities of courage, vision, intellect and skill, all these 4 virtues like you, such a person will not fail in any task. So Dhriti is courage. Courage to take up the task. Sometimes devotees don't even have courage to chant 16 rounds. शायद मेरे से नहीं होगा. Or don't have the courage to take to Bhakti Vaibhav, Bhakti Shastri, or deity service, or preaching, or anything. So it takes courage. It takes so Dhriti is determination to do that service, and then it takes Drishti. Drishti is vision. What is the purpose for which I have come? I have not come here to just be comfortably being recognized in a small section of devotees as a leader or as someone who is a devotee. His eyes were on the mission that his Guru gave, Lord Ram gave. So Gauranga could say that sometimes when you get a mansion, you forget the mission. And then Mati is intelligence. Hanumanji had to be very intelligent to be able to handle Mainak, handle Surasa, Simika, to different obstacles, different difficulties that come. It takes intelligence for us to overcome that. And also Dakshyam. Dakshyam is skill. He also had the strength. If you want to do some service, I know my own mentor Gauranga, who after some years he started to do a lot of yoga and exercises. And before that, very systematically, nobody was doing yoga exercises in Chopati. And there was some criticism. He can Subha Japa Chod ke, he used to have 7 to 8, 6 to 7 Japa and 7 to 8 yoga. So there was some, and then when he was, he said, I am in kitchen service. I have to cook for devotees. And if I don't prepare my body, then how will I cook? I will not cook in a with consciousness to please the devotees. I will be remote dal diya hai seva mein. So therefore, according to my service, I need to equip myself. So that is daksha. If you are putting in a preaching service, then you have to according to the people, according to the scriptures, we need to prepare. If there is a talk on say anger management, then you need to become daksha on that subject, expert on that subject. Else you will not be able to do that service properly. If deity worship is there, then you need to learn. So that is daksha. So sometimes devotees also tend to neglect this. So therefore Valmiki says these four qualities, Jatir, Drishtir, Matir, Daksha, Sakarmasu Nasirati. And we pray today, Hanumanji, that let us not be complacent, let us not be competitive, unnecessarily in areas where we cannot do better. Let us be inspired by devotees, other devotees, not feel intimidated or insecure. Let us not have cynical kind of mindset. Be critical, overly critical, or be critical in areas where, like when I come here, it's different than how we do there. But because it's not something very bad or it's just different. So I need not be unnecessarily critical when I go to some place and I see things are different. According to the time, place, devotees do. Like here, during the time of chanting, chanting is done later or before, and we have Bhagavatam class. Usually Bhagavatam class happens at 8:15 or after Kriya Japa. But here, Madhava Prabhu, to ensure that devotees hear properly and chanting, they can do at their own pace. So it's different. But I know even in this congregation some devotees are very critical about this. But if you are not in position to then one need not be critical about it. Sometimes we get unnecessarily, we go to Mayapur, we go to Vrindavan, we go to some temple and start to find faults. तुम्हारा कुछ लेना देना नहीं है, you are a visiting devotee there. Just appreciate their bhakti, what they are doing. Unnecessary, because you don't know the full picture. Sometimes even in our temple, they do some things and the first thing is we devotees start to become critical. ये अभी क्या नया ये नया क्या Bombay language, नया नकरा क्या है? What is this new kind of thing? But everything has a reason, everything has a purpose. So the false ego tends to always make us feel superior and be critical. And obviously possessiveness, nirmamo, nirmankara, not being possessive. Kavanaguru tells that devotees should be attached to their service, but not like a Fevicol. That if they remove, or not like this Feviquick, if they remove the skin only will come. It does devotees, like when we dress deities, there is this blue tag. Blue tag, if you put it at some place, it stays. But when you remove, it comes out without any, taint. But at times, we are not like that. That we identify so much with their service. And if their service is wanted to be given to someone, it said that when Jambavan One of the lessons is that Jambavan let Hanumanji, trusted Hanumanji, Hanuman can do this. So it's also that we should pass on services and not being too possessive, attached to it. More and more devotees take up services. So not being attached and letting devotees come into our lives, come into our, so that they can correct our course. So I'll stop here. There's so many glories of Hanumanji. Other two, one or two glories. And the most wonderful thing that I personally like about Hanumanji is the reply he gives to Sita Devi when she glorifies him. I don't have the verse, but when Sita Devi glorifies Hanumanji's this risk that he has taken, come into the most advanced defense mechanism that is there of Ramana, the most powerful warriors, and he has taken this risk, and when he comes also he is so sensitive how he conveys the message to Sita Devi. So much lessons are there, way he conveys the message. Dakshyam, expert in communication. That Sita Devi just glorifies Hanumanji. And Hanumanji doesn't take any of this glory to be of his. He says that, hey Mother Sita, I have been sent as a Duta. Duta means a messenger. The messenger is not the most powerful of the army. Messenger is usually like a peon in an office, whose peon is the lowest. So I am the lowest in the army. And, although facts speak the other way, nobody could do it, Hanumanji could jump, but he is seeing that because of the devotees' blessings I am able to do this. It is their kindness that they have given me this service. So he glorifies all the Vanaras. He doesn't say, yes, maine kiya hai aur koi kar nahi paya. And then second line he adds is that every monkey, every Vanara that is there on the side of, on the other side of the ocean, by the blessings of Lord Ram, they are more powerful or at least as powerful as me. He keeps himself in the lowest strata among all the Vanaras. So that's the glory of Hanuman, not just great prowess, but such humility. And therefore, in the prayers in the Kimpurusha Loka, he speaks this Na janmanunam bahato na saubhagam na buddhir na pratistosha hetu tairyad srishtana pino vanaukashas chakara sakye bata lakshmanagraja. That to have friendship with Lord Ram, who is the brother of Lakshmana, is janma required? What janma do I have? And is saubhaga, wealth required, beauty required, intelligence required? Nothing, none of this is required. It is Lord Ram's kindness. Otherwise, how could he have befriended Vanaukashas, those who are wandering in the ocean, in the forest? So he sees no qualification in him and it is only causeless mercy of Lord Ram who has accepted him, accepted the Vanaras. So such humility, such determination, such intelligence and such willingness to learn different skill set in bhakti, like Hanumanji. Let us pray to him today in our service to Sita Ram Lakshmana. Hare Krishna. Shri Valmiki Ramayana ki, Shri Prabhupada ki.